Community parks and bike trails are places where people can go to have fun. But a call to our Eyewitness News tip line told us that a different type of recreation was taking place.
That's right. The caller claimed that the parks and bike trails were popular spots for men to have sex with other people. Reporter Sabrina Rodriguez investigates these claims and joins us with more. Sabrina?
Kurt, Lisa, the issue is about lewd acts taking place in public. Our hidden cameras revealed that sexual solicitation was taking place, and we asked police what could be done. Just a warning, some of the video you're about to see is explicit.
People that have a hidden lifestyle that they don't show to other people.
And according to this witness, who wants to remain anonymous, that hidden lifestyle involves men having sex or sexual relations at public parks.
They'll go there, they sit in their cars, they walk around the park. There will be people that are together in the bathroom.
Sometimes it's men and women together. Other times it's two men. As a gay man, our witness is upset by this activity because it creates negative stereotypes for homosexuals.
It's very upsetting. I mean, this is not the picture we want painted of us. This isn't your normal, everyday, out gay person that you work with, or friend, or family member. This is somebody that's got a secret that they're hiding from people.
While this may be a secret, our witness says the men aren't shy about asking for sex.
I've had people come up to me and literally pull out their private parts and flash them right to you right there and say, is this what you want?
We wanted to see for ourselves if it was really happening. We went to parks around Bakersfield several times. This is video taken from one of those instances by an undercover decoy at Yokett's Park. After sitting outside for about 10 minutes, our decoy was approached. The conversation stays innocent. And then the man suggests that they go somewhere more private to talk. Once they get on a nearby bike trail, the man starts asking for sexual favors. And if you walk just a few hundred feet off the trail, evidence of those sexual acts is easy to find. We found dozens of condom wrappers, used condoms, and other sexual paraphernalia. After that, we took our findings to Bakersfield Police.
And this is right next to the bike trail.
Like right off the path. We asked Detective Mary DeGeer if what's happening at the park and off the bike trails is illegal.
The law prohibits a person from soliciting another person to participate in lewd conduct while in a public place. From what I'm seeing on the video, the elements are present.
We then asked her if police could crack down on this activity. She said they need the public's help.
If anyone is aware that this is taking place, they need to report it, and we'll respond to it, and we will enforce it.
And hopefully that will make the parks a little bit safer.
Yeah, I've seen parents that are in an area for the barbecues and having a birthday, and the children are riding their bikes around, and you know, kids aren't going to say, "Mom, I need to go use the bathroom, come with me," you know, especially if the restroom is right there at the park. So I'm thinking that this, you know, it's dangerous, and it's something that children don't need to see.
Now, Detective DeGeer says in the past the city has been sued and has lost several cases related to solicitation arrests because the court decided it was not clearly established the solicitor intended the act was to take place in public. Therefore, solicitation enforcement is generated by complaints. Detective DeGeer says complaints about the activity were down for a while but have recently increased, and they're addressing those complaints. She also says that Bakersfield police have made 4 arrests for this crime so far this year. Kurt?
Thanks, Sabrina. Eyewitness News wants you to hold us accountable for the investigations and stories we do. This story has created controversy even before it aired. We received phone calls and emails today. Some were praising us for tackling what they called a problem, others telling us not to take this to air. We reached out and had to open dialogue with the Gay Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation, or GLAAD, who threatened to protest our station and go to our advertisers if we move forward with this story. Several were worried that our story would create a backlash towards the gay community. We feel the story was not about sexual orientation, but about lewd acts in public parks, and we wanted to let our viewers like you know what was happening in our community. If you have an opinion or just want to give us feedback, good or bad, send us an email at viewer@bakersfieldnow.com. That's viewer@bakersfieldnow.com. We'll be sure to follow up and respond to your emails.
This story has sparked outrage and controversy in the local gay and lesbian community. Eyewitness News reporter Anthony Bailey watched that story with gay rights advocates. He joins us live now from our newsroom with their reaction. Anthony?
Well, Lisa, our phone lines were flooded with calls from people worried about the backlash that would come from airing such a controversial story. But after watching the story, several gay rights advocates may have had a change of heart.
It's fairer than I thought it was going to be, I have to admit.
For gay rights activists like Reverend Byrd Tetzlaff and Helen Acosta, watching our investigation into sex in local parks wasn't what they expected.
I was expecting gay bashing, and I don't think that's what I saw.
There's no shame.
After viewing the story live at 5, the pair said they thought the story was fair, calming fears it could be used as a tool for hate.
This might help people find excuses to act out inappropriately at people that they perceive to be very different from them.
Anytime something is put in the news that even touches on gays and lesbians in a negative light, the violence increases towards that community.
A community Acosta says does not embrace the actions carried out at that park.
It's always an unwise choice. It's always a dangerous choice, and it's certainly something that is frowned upon.
And those frowned upon actions brought to light by our investigation have some rethinking what and where they will go with their own grandchildren.
I certainly would be much more apt to accompany them to the bathroom.
And the phone calls keep rolling in, and as of this evening, so do the emails. A hot button issue sure to be talked about for days to come. Live in the newsroom, I'm Anthony Bailey. Back to you.
Anthony, thank you.
News of this story sparked outrage and controversy in the local gay and lesbian community. Eyewitness News reporter Anthony Bailey watched the story with gay rights advocates and joins us live in the newsroom with their reaction. Anthony?
Well, Kurt, our phone lines were flooded with calls from people worried about the backlash that would come from airing such a controversial story. But after watching the story, several gay rights advocates have had a change of heart.
Well, it's fairer than I thought it was going to be, I have to admit.
This afternoon, gay rights advocates like Reverend Byrd Tetzlaff and also Helen Acosta watched our investigation into the sex in local parks there as it aired, and they found it wasn't what they expected. The pair thought that it was very calming, and it was definitely calming the fears that it would be potentially used as a tool for hate. Now, Acosta says gay and lesbian rights advocates do speak out within their own communities about this type of activity, and it's activity which some have them rethinking their future plans with their own grandchildren.
It's always an unwise choice. It's always a dangerous choice, and it's certainly something that is frowned upon.
I certainly would be much more apt to accompany them to the bathroom.
Now, Kurt, this evening the emails are still coming in, and with such a hot button issue, you can sure it's going to be a hot topic of conversation for days to come. Live in the newsroom, I'm Anthony Bailey. Back to you.
Okay, Anthony, thank you.